Wow.
All right, grab something.
Yo, what's up, Dave? How are you doing this fine morning? I figured I would try like with StreamYard. Right now, you're only using it the 1 day a week. I figured I would give it a shot and try it on. I mean, I tried it on that one Friday. I don't know if Fridays work, but Monday mornings might work. This is like the perfect slot for me to try something out like this. So, this is that explosion shot that you just saw on Twitter. I'll show it to you right now. I'm working on. Well, here's a version that's not up on Twitter. Where the heat, the latent heat stays present a lot longer. Yeah, I'm just using another YouTube channel right now that has royalty-free music. I was too lazy to go and curate my own. So I just decided to throw it together. But anyways, yeah, so this is kind of what I'm working on right here. The expansion field isn't working properly, though. This should be shooting up much faster. I noticed that the other day, and I know the reason why, and we're gonna go fix it right now. The only downside doing live stream of visual effects is like render times, man. Like they kind of suck. So, but this is the one that's on Twitter. Looks pretty good. It's not bad. I just think the heat dissipates a little too fast. The diffusion of the heat field is, or the temperature field is just too fast. So we're playing with this right now. Play with the velocities. Just 3D things. So I'm happy to catch you live. Yeah, I'm glad I was able to go live. So Monday mornings, someone told me that this would be a great time to go live. So I'm on the West Coast of the United States, and I have a lot of friends who are in Europe. I have a lot of friends who are honestly here as well, and a lot of people go to the office if they work here in Southern California at like 10. So this would be a great time. I don't have any lights. I don't have like my extreme setup. It's all sitting in my office at one of my places to look at, where I work. But yeah, this is the time I go live as well. Oh man, I don't want to step on you though. Definitely shoot me your link. I guess I could just link it here. Can you speed run that kind of thing to speed it up? Yes, I can, but here you'll see. The way we're doing this is through physics. So what you're seeing right here is velocity. It's actually a velocity field right now. I'm actually manipulating it. So what you're seeing right now is the velocity field and visualizing it on my booster. So I'm creating a little bit of boost every 5 frames. So, but this is just like for big turbulent swirls, essentially. So what we're going to try and do right now is kind of amplify those swirls. So I'm just going to do, this is what we call VOPs. This is where we build a lot of vex without typing it out. So I'm just going to go ahead and do, let's say, a curl noise. And we'll just do that on the position here. And I just want to add curl noise to my velocities already. So I'll just add that. Do that a second update. Oh, actually, you know what? This may not actually work. Now that I think about it. Give it a shot. Let's see here. 10. Yeah, this may not actually work at all. Let's try this. Yeah, because this velocity is being built by the movement. It's not actually being built by an attribute. Interesting. Let me try. Trails. If we convert it to vel, let's try it. Let's see if this works. Yeah, 4 p.m. in the UK. That makes sense. Like, honestly, that's what I was thinking today. It's like if you're in the UK, us on the other side of the pond, this would be like the time to connect. Let's switch my builds here. Easier to actually navigate for right now. I don't think it's gonna work, to be fair. So let's say 15, 15, 15. Yeah, there's no noise being put into this. It was just an idea that I had earlier. We gotta get rid of this. Let's see here. Coverage density V. Using the density field here. But what I can do actually is I can build my own velocity field here. So we'll just call this booster for right now. We'll build my own velocity field. So we have this right here. I need to build a box. Let me see here. We're going to build a massive box. This actually will probably increase my simulation times a lot, unfortunately. So, we go match size. Whoa, what's going on here? Did it not take the full bounds? It should. And then match size right there, maybe? Let's try this. There we go. Oh, I know what's going on. I'm dumb. We'll get rid of the match size. Okay. And now this box should grow with the simulation. But I don't need this box to survive that long. But yeah. It's the share too. I have some UK fans, but Cali fans too. Tough to get everyone during my. Yeah, it's tough, especially on the East Coast, and it's really weird being on the East Coast too, because like I work with a lot of guys who are close to your time zone, that are in Montreal, and Toronto, and like it's always hard to link up, even though it's only like a 2-hour, 3-hour difference thing. And of course, I have like family in Nashville, and so. But growing up, like I didn't have any of those issues. Like everybody I knew was in my general vicinity, And so let me move this over here. I have Discord up too, with a lot of people messaging me right now. Cool. There we go. I got streamer enabled, but I still have it on my phone, so my watch is going crazy right now. Just wondering if the streaming is in 720p because the values are a bit hard to read. It is in 720p, unfortunately. Right now, so Dave's been using StreamYard, and I've been trying it out through Dave. We could go 1080. It's a little bit of cost, but my advice is unless the income is coming in for the live streams, there's no point. But yeah, I can't go any higher than 720. I tried to. If I were to just stream straight from OBS, I could go 1080 easy, but StreamYard offers a lot of little gizmos that I really want to incorporate into any live stream that I do, and so I'm considering doing this. Yeah, you gotta have good up, down. Now I have really good up, so I'm not too concerned about that. I've actually used to stream at 1080, and I was playing around. With another place that I work at where we were streaming in 4K because we have the setup to do it. It's expensive, but we have the setup to do it. Yeah, and it taxes your upload speeds, but like it was doable. And my internet's actually better here at home than in that place. So, anyways, all right. So I got my bounding box, and let's go ahead and fill this with the volume. So we'll do VDB. Actually, I don't need to do this. I can do this. Convert. VDB from polygons. There we go. We'll do it this way. And then we hit command before I crash. What's this? 1. Don't need surface. We just need the fog. Cool. This looks great. So let's see what that looks like. I was gonna check out Riverside again. I really like their short. I never did Riverside with you. Except I did it that one time, and I never got a chance to play the short form creation. That's what I'm interested in, is a short form creation. Anything that can streamline, because how busy I am, I need short form creation. So, all right. So what I want to do is I want to create a velocity field that kind of disappears right around frame 50. Yeah. Yeah, I still don't know the full story of how you got burned when you went live. I just know that you had issues when you went live that one time. So I'm hoping that like those go away, But anyways, all right. So VDB, let's go ahead and just copy this stuff here. And we'll call this fill. This is where I crash. Oh, not too bad. Not too bad at all. All right, let's do 1. Let's do 2. All right, well, no, let's do 1.2. Cool. Just creating a visualizer for myself so I can see what's actually happening here. All right, awesome. We'll do a bump. Then what I can probably do is pull this bad boy down and grab this. So, like I said, what I'm doing is I'm creating atmosphere right now around my explosion. What you're seeing here are velocity vectors. Right now, they're red and not really doing much because there's no velocity in these fields. So we're gonna create that. I'm gonna do that because I'm gonna do that through using what I already have. So here, you will notice I have my emitter that I worked really hard on over the weekend to create. I will actually be creating a recorded series, just like my RBD series on my channel with the intro to RBD series. We're going to be doing a recorded series on how to do explosions on my channel. And I will actually do videos on how I build emitters. It is pretty involved. This is the emitter right here. But it works really, really well. And I have complete control over it.
Save on summer wellness essentials during the Sprouts Farmers Market vitamins and body care sale. Available with your Sprouts account from June 19th through the 25th.
That's the downside.
Everyone
maybe
said
I
I'd have to
actually
leave my job to earn a marketing degree.
We'll just do it. We'll do it. I'm not monetizing, so I don't care. If I monetize later, I'll start curating music. Cool. Let me see here. Let's just do. I would use Pandora if Pandora wasn't so like ad heavy. Like the amount of ads you get on Pandora is insane. Here, this will work. Let me know if the music's too loud. Okay. Yeah, I used to use Stream Beats. Does he still have a Spotify channel? Let's try it. Let's look. Yeah, it's still there. Good call. I didn't realize it was still here. Nice. Good find. Thank you so much. Okay. Oh, man. More messages. I saw that. I couldn't find anything I liked. Yeah, I couldn't find anything that I liked. All right. Anyways, okay. So I had this emitter here that I've been working on. I worked on it over the weekend in my spare time. It didn't take me too long because I do emitters all the time, and so it didn't take that long. It looks like a lot. It's just a lot of physics involved. And this answers your question earlier. Could I just like retime the explosion? Yes and no. I could, and in fact, I am actually retiming the explosion. If you look down here, so this is right here, just the look of the explosion. So think of this as the fuel. the density. This is the fuel, and I'm going to ignite the fuel. So when you look at explosions, and this is the big thing that Hollywood gets wrong, or that Hollywood was getting wrong really early on in visual effects. So like, let's do, I think it's this one. This is one of the first CGI explosions in the industry, and I think Corridor Crew does a really, really good job breaking this down. Let me actually pause this real quick. We're going to go right off of the monetization deep end right now, where this will never get monetized now. But give it a second. I don't have premium on this.
Hi. Is everything okay? I'm sorry, sir, but you need to get back to your car.
So,
anybody hurt?
Watch
a couple of injuries, but nothing serious. Sit down!
So this is one of the first early CG explosions done in the industry, actually. This is in 2009. Now, we have been doing CG explosions before this, to be clear, but this is one of the first times that this is like an explosion like this was like front and center. And there's just so much wrong with this. I mean, we have no, like, if you look, there's no velocities going forward. It just kind of like a bomb went off. And you'll see right here, it just goes up. It doesn't actually fly forward, and that's problematic. And that's because the physics engine wasn't developed enough yet, right? Like the physics engine, we just wasn't there yet. Also, just take a look. If you look at the actual look, let's go ahead and go frame by frame on this. This is actually not how explosions work, right? So you have all this this fire already. That's not how that works. You're going to get an initial ignition that's going to expand just out of pure heat, and that's going to be your fuel. And anyone who's done firefighting or studied fire before will understand you need three things for fire. You need oxygen, you need a heat source, and you need a fuel, right? And so what the fuel is in this case, it's going to be like jet fuel. It's going to be, really hot gases coming out of this jet. I hate to get really dark and grim on this channel, but the reality is there's organic material in this plane as well, too, that's going to ignite. So, and then you have oxygen, of course, and it's an oxygen-rich environment inside of here, right? Or it should be. We don't know the story of why this plane is crashing, but yeah. And so all of that's going to actually fly forward, and then the heat of this plane is going to pretty much detonate and ignite that temperature. So when you actually study actual explosions, there's a really good one here. Let's go ahead. I'll pull it over here so I can search it. From the slow-mo guys. One of my favorite guys that ever does that. One of my favorite channels that does explosions. Great reference material. Slow-mo guys. Grenade explosion building. Let's see if I can find it. This is it. Oh, it's on Facebook. What the heck? There, this is it. Cool. And what you'll see after this ad is done, and I'm going to fast forward to it real quick. You will actually see this explosion, a grenade explosion in high frame rate. So here it is. Let's see here, right here. Okay. And I want you guys to notice something. So you have your initial ignition as he's running. It's so funny. I love these guys. But you have the initial explosion. Boom, impulse. And look, notice, still no fire, right? You have a heat source down here now, but now what's happening is you have all this fuel going up in the air. Okay, there's this is fuel, okay? And the heat's going to continue, as it expands, the heat's going to go up, the temperature's going to go up, and then boom, we have ignition, and the fuel is going to ignite faster than the velocity. And that's how the fire is going to catch up. And because this is igniting, it's getting hotter and hotter and hotter, and you'll see that the air around it is expanding. And so this is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to get this to go faster, or how we're going to get my explosion to go faster. Now, on mine here, this is the first iteration. This is where we're at. We're fully aware. I think I actually made this commentary on X when I posted this. You'll notice it doesn't really have that expansion that you would see present. It does go up, but that's because I have like a lot of buoyancy in my scene. Here is the second one that has a little bit more realistic diffusion of the heat. Still no expansion, so we got to fix that. Okay, so one of the things that I did though, with that knowledge in mind, is I knew that I was going to want to do this actual process in the future as I continued to build this out during the R&D process. So I actually built myself this burn tree to use later. There's no values actually in it right now. If I come in here, you'll see that it's still temperature. It's not burn. But in my Pyro solver, let's go hit escape real quick before this sims on me. I might have crashed it, but that's okay. But in my Pyro solver, I have, what I'm doing is I actually already have the burn field created. I just don't have any values coming into it yet. And so Houdini's like, there's no values here. We don't need it. And I just simmed without it. I know once I throw the values into it, this is going to go haywire because I need to refine them. So, but anyways, I may have just crashed this. I know it won't take me long to reboot. I should have it saved. I don't have to reboot the stream, thankfully. But yeah. And by the way, it was funny all weekend long. This was my life. I had created an issue with the Pyro source node. I discovered a bug with the Pyro source node. It was literally killing me. Like I was at Starbucks on Friday or on Saturday. I was at Starbucks on Saturday afternoon trying to figure this out in the corner of Starbucks. But anyways, I don't know if you guys know this, but it's like really, really hot right now in LA. I mean, it's not, we're used to it. It's warmer here, but it's the warmest it's been in a while. And so people are starting to adjust to our summertime heat. And so I was in Starbucks in the air conditioning, having a strawberries and cream and working on this for like 2 hours. And I just had people coming in there and watching me like write Vex out. And they're like, is this guy hacking? And I'm like, no, but I can show you what I'm doing. Anyways, all right, let's pull this up. Practice. I don't know where it saved at. I have to rebuild some stuff. Oh, no, it has my field. Very good. Okay, cool. I didn't lose too much work. All right. So, but anyways, what we're going to do is the first thing before I build that heat expansion, I want to actually build the velocity field to add a little bit extra turbulence as it goes up. A lot of the elements that I have, you'll see we got this nice disturbance happening in the gases, but I want like a little bit more control over my turbulence as it goes up, just a touch. Okay, and I'm going to pulse this. So basically, I'm going to pulse the directions as it comes up. So to do that, I'm going to use a neat little trick called a point cloud open. So I'm going to take the points of this right here. Let's go to like a frame where this shows up. I'm going to take these points right here and use those to animate my velocities in my velocity field. And we'll see if that works. This is actually pure experimentation. I have no idea if this is going to work, but we're going to find out. So hold on. Let's catch up on some messages. Cool. All right. This looks good. And yes, that is like, so after I finish the RBD series, which by the way, I am currently editing 7 and 8 right now, where we do some ground destruction on the RBD series. And then my goal is to be done by episode 10. And episode 10 is we're going to do a full-fledged ground destruction, or maybe a building destruction. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided yet. For your first destruction shot on the channel, that I'm hoping to be done with by the end of summer. I know it's like you only have 3 episodes left, Brian. It's June. I get it, but I'm also working on a lot right now. I have multiple jobs. I'm a full-time instructor at LA Film School, so I have to be very careful. But like I said, 7 and 8 are actually recorded and ready to go. And then 9 and 10 will follow shortly afterwards. I haven't recorded them yet, but I have them written down and scripted and ready to go. But on that note, I'm already starting, like you said, the research portion of the R&D series, which I hope to start either midsummer or end of summer, and really roll this out. I really, one of the feedback I've gotten so far is that there's a lot of intro level pyro out there for explosions, but there's not a lot of high end outside, let's say Rebel Way or the paid stuff. And I'm going to want to offer some stuff for free. I'm only going to go so far though, because if I go so far, it's going to get so complicated, and I honestly should paywall that, because it is very valuable information. But we'll talk about that in the future. Anyways, so let's go ahead and write this VOP now. I've been talking about it for a while. So I've got this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that that point cloud in. We won't be able to see it. Let me actually come over here. We won't be able to see it in action, but we'll see its results. We're going to be able to see that it is working through its results. So I'm going to just run this over points, and we're going to take that second input. I need to filter it. And for right now, let's just try velocity, but I don't think it's going to work. So we're going to try velocity. And I'm going to add this in to my density. And we're going to do a attribute. Actually, we'll do bind exports. I'm doing the density here, but I'm actually going to do it here. We'll call this vel. And this needs to be a 3 float vector. Let's back up a step. And you'll see that it's working. We're starting to see that working. But I actually don't have velocity here. So let's actually come in here now and just do P. Starts to change a little bit. Let's get rid of this here. And it says Shift R. Cool. All right. So we're adding to, let's actually just do this here. So we're adding to it. Actually, if I hit Shift R here so you guys can see this better, you're like, why isn't there a lot of velocities here? Let me show you. So if you come in here right now, each one of those points has a search radius, and it's only searching for so far. So if I come down here and let's say increase this to 5, we're going to get way more points. And there you go. So now we're starting to see the velocity field be manipulated. Again, we're adding to these velocities, and there we go. But I actually don't have any velocities set here. So what I can do is start throwing in some noise. So let's do a curl noise. Run that over position. Okay. I want to multiply this here. We'll grab the density here. Actually, we can do this over position. And then I'll add this in here. Give this a second. Okay. And let's go ahead and move this up. And this up. There we go. And I actually don't want to do density. I want to do position here. Cool. And let's just increase amplitude by 10. Interesting. This is not working. All right, let's reset a couple of these values here. All right. I think because volume from polygons, just do density here. Wow, it really doesn't like it. So let's see what's going on here. Vel. I wonder if I need to do this via reference. So let's back up a step here. The other method that I do here is a little bit different. So to VDB, we'll call this vel. Fog volume is fine. We want to do a vector float, and I want to do this as displacement, and we'll do this as a, well, nope. Let's do a VDB activate. And we'll do this as a reference. Okay, let's see what that looks like. All right, now we're in business. Cool. Or I think we're in business. We're going to see. All right. And there we go. Now it's working. You can see the velocity vectors are changing. Cool. All right. Yeah, I have to do a video reference, which is fine. I was hoping to be able to do it just off the polygons. So now I have these velocity vectors going up. All right, let's add in some noise. Hit save. I'm constantly hitting save. All right, there we go. So we have some noise here, and I don't want these so small. So 10 is fine. Let's do 0.1, 0.1, 0.1 to start. You can see how we have rotation now. And this is set to multiply off of the position, which is what I want. And I'm using position. I'm adding these position. Actually, we're adding velocity to this as well. So that works. Let's go ahead and hit save. Let's go up a level. And let's go ahead and just increase the resolution a little bit here. Let's say 1, or let's say 0.9. So we can see this a little bit better. There we go. And this is just going to create those rotations a little bit, like just a little bit of rotations as the volume goes up, if this is done right. So we have this vel field here. And to kind of see this in action, let's throw a null. Call this out turb rotation. That's super small. Let me show you what I named it. So out turb rotation. Let's color this green. Okay, I'm going to go back to my split here. It'll be easier. I'm only viewing what I'm doing in here, so. Okay, let's go ahead and just move this over here. We have booster. I'm going to just copy this over. And then let's go ahead and change this here. Turb rotation. And I want this to go off of every 5 frames. So this expression right here is just saying every 5 frames, activate it. Okay, so frame 0, it's activated. Oh. Okay. Every 5 frames, it's activated. And if I go forward a couple frames here, you'll see it's not activated. And then boom, on frame 5, it's activated. So that's what I want. And so I'll come down here now. We'll call this source volume vel into target field vel. And I want this to be an add. And we're going to add like 2. And we'll see if this crashes. Let's go ahead and go to auto. Let's go back to a dark. Here, see this better. Let's see what we get. Let's try this again. Hey there, lazy hazy head. I'm in the process of rebooting Houdini because I decided to be a dum-dum and really throw way too many velocities into this that are just scaled way too high. So let's reopen this and let's pull this back a little bit. So the issue is this is insane, right? Like I'm throwing way too much in. So let's just increase my voxel size to like 0.5. See what this looks like. I'm still on this viewport. I just crashed it again. Let's see if I stopped it. Oops. Let's come back to this part a little bit later because this might require some troubleshooting. So I'm actually going to get rid of this for right now, and we'll just bypass it, leave it there. And then this right here, let's go ahead and Shift O. Oops. Put Shift O. I probably need to dramatically change some values here. Let's go up a level. Let me see how this looks. So we'll go VDB activate. Yeah, we just need to dramatically change some values here. This could probably be even lower. So let's do let's do 1. There you go. I don't need voxels that rich for this. And that's probably what's happening is it's just too high res. We'll come back to it though. So we'll call this Turb Booster. Cool. Call it this. And then we'll just minimize it for right now. Cool, so we stay organized. Awesome. All right, let's come back and let's rebuild our burn field. So let me show you guys. I'm going to build the burn field and see how that works. Hopefully I don't crash like 30 times. But to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rebuild this whole tree. So what we have here is, to see this better, zoom in, is my emitter. So if you look here at frame 1, frame 0, I have it turned off because there's no velocity. But what I have is vellum grain. So basically, think of it as like dirt. So I just blew dirt up, and that's my fuel source. So I just did all of this up here is this emitter. In a video, I will show you guys how I build that. And there we go. We have that explosion going up. And I could change directions. Right now, I have this going up because I want it to go up. But let's say I want it to go to the side. We could do that as well. And that's why I like building my own custom emitters rather than using the pre-built emitters in Houdini. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this. I'm going to throw in an add SOP. And let's just go here to build for now and make this bigger. And this add SOP, I'm going to delete the geometry but keep the points. And then I want to grab the I'm going to grab these points. You'll see that we're getting this trail here. Now, each one of these grains, they have a point, and I can use them to my advantage here. Okay. Now, this one's another add. One thing that I did early on in the tree, and it's cached out here, is I created an ID attribute, which means each point has its own identifier. It's like having your own driver's license. And so when I duplicate it, they have the same driver's license. It's as if I were to clone you as a human being. And I can write an expression here that simply says, or I drive an expression that says, hey, use the attribute name here and create lines between those attributes. So let's say, this point here is 1. Each point here that has an ID of 1, it's looking for it, and it's connecting those points with what we call a primitive. But that's geometry now. So I have geometry that I can use. Okay. And then I'm going to resample that. What does that simply mean? Well, if I come over here to the add, you'll see that I have points, but I have 4 points on each of these because that's how many trails I created. If I resample them, I can increase the amount of points here. This one is a vex expression, and it simply says, all right, we're going to create a variable here that's random. So I'm storing a random number generator between 0 and 1. And then here I'm storing a data here that creates a threshold. And then I can animate this threshold and say, well, if the random numbers that you create are above this threshold in value, remove those points. And so what I can show you here is, let's go ahead and just, we'll move this down. Here's my combustion field. So here my threshold is at 1. So no, the random number generator is not going to be above 1 there. But if I come over here, let's say 28, we're down to 0.1, and you'll see that a lot of points have been deleted now. And so it's just a neat little trick you can do to kind of create some randomization on how this diffuses. And then I'm going to come over here now. We're going to set some attributes. Right now, this one is set to temperature. But I'm going to actually change this from temperature to burn. Okay, and we can even rename this if we wanted to, but we'll leave it there. Okay. And then let's go ahead and rasterize this. So if you come over here, we have burn. I'm going to do density as well so we can see it. And this looks good. Let's just hit save. And there's my burn. Okay, and this will be my flame field. These will be my flames that I will have come in later in the 14 frames later than the start of the explosion. So let's go ahead and cache this out now. And call this burn volume. Okay, and I have a script here that says take the name of the file of the node, so that way I stay organized. Let's do this. I'm going to save to disk in background. We'll save and continue so we can keep working. Okay. This node right here, I'm using it to just visualize only what I want. So I actually do want this since I have density included in my volume rasterize here. And instead of temperature, I'm going to do burn. And I want to apply to non-selected primitives. So now this will actually show me the burn, right? So I'm seeing just the burn attribute here. So if you look, here it is, burn, and it has values. Okay. This right here is, I actually really want this. This is going to be important. So what is this? This right here is a scalar that starts my burn field or my actual field that I'm working with here at 0 and scales it up to 1. So if I click on it, you'll see it right here. And I want this to ignite a little bit slower. Okay. We're already delaying it to frame 14, so maybe I'll pull this back to say 9. This is what I'm going to use later. So, okay. And then the final scale here, I don't think I'm going to use. I just scale it down a little bit further, but I actually kind of want this to be the largest field for right now. If I need to change that, we'll do that later. And then we'll retime that. And now I have out burn. Let's dive in here. And here it is. So out burns. We have the burn. We have the flame. Now I have some attributes here that I'm actually very concerned about. We'll see if this crashes me. But we have emit smoke. We're going to drop that to 1. Let's do 1 here. And I'm just going to do 1 here in the expansion. And let's just see what this looks like. I may have to wedge this out later after the stream so that I can see what my fields are. But we'll see. hold on. Oh, it's breaking again. All right, I'm back. It was doing it, but it doesn't look like I fixed it. So. All right, let's see if I can try this again. Let's see if I might have to troubleshoot this off screen, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. But anyways, thank you guys so much for coming and joining. I wanted to just chill for about an hour and just kind of showcase what is happening. I think this will be a good opportunity for me to share behind the scenes about like how am I creating these tutorials, how am I creating these conversations that we're doing on YouTube. My goal is to continue to live stream here on YouTube as much as I can. And just to share more of my knowledge, and of course, like on Twitter or X rather, whatever, and Discord as well. If you guys leave me, hey, how do you do this, or what would it look like if you did this? I would love to like research those with you guys here on this live stream together. So, anyways, I'm pretty sure this stream is unwatchable whenever I crash Houdini. So, because StreamYard like kind of goes out on the fritz a little bit, but. All right, let's see what's going on here. So booster, burn, flame, maximum, 1, booster. There's something happening here at frame. Let's see here. Oh, Geo. Yeah, this finished. No, it did not finish. Okay, well, let's go ahead and see if it's going back on. But there is something happening here at frame 3, and it's right here. It's in my temperature field. There's something wrong here. So let's just get rid of this. And this for now. This was throwing me off earlier. And it was creating a crash situation. So I wonder if that's it. It doesn't like when I scale the temperature field for some reason. Buddy just texted me. He goes, "Did you lecture all day at LA Film and you want to live stream?" Yeah, I do actually. All right, let's see if I can fix this. All right, so we're at 100 frames here. Let's go see how this looks. I realize we're at frame 0. I don't know how we ended up on frame 0. So let's do 1. And then, all right, let's kind of thoughts and prayers for Houdini right now. Make sure this doesn't crash. Let's see what this looks like. All right. I have the burn field in, burn flame, maximum 1, booster. Okay. It's not even going. It could be this burn field. But anyways, let me see if I can just hit escape. Nope, won't let me cancel. But anyways, this is what I'm gonna be working on throughout the week, guys. And if you guys have any other, like, like I said, how do you do this? How do you do that? I would love, like I said, to answer those here on the live stream on Mondays. I think we're gonna make this a regular thing. Obviously, there's gonna be weeks that I miss. But for the most part, I think we're gonna make this a regular thing. I don't see why not. I need to do some troubleshooting, see why my temperature field is creating such havoc on my scene. I think another thing I might do is I do have like multiple other machines that aren't hooked up, computers. It might be beneficial if I actually use those to live stream. That way, when Houdini crashes, it doesn't destroy the live stream. So that's something that I probably will set up. And then maybe over time, I'll start re-adding my lights, maybe start some re-adding decorations. I mean, I used to live stream back in the day. Then, of course, I moved into this apartment. I'm happily married now. So, there's also those considerations as well. One day I plan to have my own study so that I can just do live streams with you guys. But again, like, let me know, on X, or let me know in the comments here on this video. Is there anything you guys want to learn in Houdini as well? I've been doing visual effects now for it's about 2013, 2012, 2013. So I have a lot of experience in the industry, but it doesn't mean I'm by all means the aforementioned best of the best. And by the way, any VFX artist who works in this industry, and any concept artist, any modeler, anybody out there will tell you the exact same thing that I'm about to tell you right now. There's always somebody else out there that knows something that we don't know. So we're always wanting to learn. If you're truly passionate about this industry, you truly love learning. And so, yeah, just wanted to leave that out there and just tell you guys about that. All right, cool. So this is back. Everything should be cached. Again, let's go see what exactly is happening here, though. A second. This burn looks good. Final scale looks good. That's turned off. Yeah, something happened here. Let me see here. There's something that it just does not like. I'm not sure what it is. I'm probably going to end up crashing it again. But we've been going for an hour, and I definitely wanted to kind of only keep this to an hour, maybe an hour and a half tops. Talk about little things on the live stream. I do have actual work to get to. So, again, thank you for hanging out, guys. We're going to call it here. I think, like I said, we may try again. We might try this again next week. And again, I'll start to reamp up my video offerings. I've got like a cinema camera I can set up. I'll probably have to change how my desk works, but I think that would work out really, really well. So again, guys, thank you for hanging out. If it's your first time here on the channel, please leave a subscription, subscribe down below, like this video, leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. I'll always be creating, and I'll see you guys in the next video.